Live from downtown Macon, this is WGXA News at 5.
Good evening, Middle Georgia. I'm Amanda Peralta.
And I'm Greg Lloyd. Amanda and I appreciate you joining us for WGXA News at 5. Well, it's day 4 in the search for the escaped inmates from the Bibb County law enforcement officer, and still no arrests. Law enforcement agencies are now upping the ante for information that leads to the rearrest of Joey Fontenay, Mark Anderson, Jonathan Barnwell, and Chavis Stokes. The FBI adding to the $25,000 in reward money. That amount combined with money being offered by Macon Regional Crime Stoppers, the Bibb County Sheriff's Office, and U.S. Marshals Service, that now brings the total to $73,000.
Tips can be called into the FBI tip line, Macon Regional Crime Stoppers, or one of the two 24/7 tip lines to the Bibb County Sheriff's Office.
These inmates were able to leave out from a day room window on a second floor day room area of the jail. They were able to get out, go through that window, and run out through a break in the fence. The inmates are supposed to be at another part of the jail, but these inmates were able to get into the day room and work to open up this window. So all of that's being looked at.
That was Bibb County Sheriff David Davis the afternoon after the 4 inmates escaped the jail early Monday morning. It's been 72 hours now since that press conference, and the Bibb County Sheriff's Office has not released any updates on the search.
WGXA continues to send requests for interviews and information daily. So far, all of those requests have been denied. Download the WGXA News app for the very latest on the escape as new details come in. Just scan the QR code on your screen to download the app to your smart device, and be sure to enable notifications.
Now, prior to this week, there had been only 4 documented inmate escapes from the Bibb County Jail since the mid-1990s. Tonight,
we're digging into the WGXA News archives, looking at each of those cases. 3 men escaped the Bibb LEC in 1996. Herman Lamar was caught within hours. He's still in prison on convictions of robbery, aggravated assault, drug, and escape charges. The other 2 men he escaped with are no longer serving time. Macon's most notorious escape was in 1998. Wayman Green escaped the LEC while outside on a recreation break. He was able to jump over a portion of the fence that didn't have razor wire on it. Deputies didn't know he had escaped until he was later spotted on Houston Avenue. Green was accused of robbing a Papa John's and shooting one of the workers. It took over a month to find him, and he was caught in Atlanta while trying to break into a car. He's serving a life sentence in Wilcox State Prison. It was nearly a decade before the next escape from the LEC. The inmate escaped after switching cells and armband ID tags with another inmate scheduled to bond out. He was facing armed robbery, assault, and drug charges. The last and most recent escape prior to this week that we can confirm happened in 2009. Deontay Golston was caught at an apartment complex on Millerfield Road after deputies received a tip. He was facing armed robbery charges at the time after investigators say he robbed the beauty supply store on Pionona Avenue. Golston is still serving his sentences in the Augusta State Medical Prison. This week's escape from the Bibb County Jail is the first in WGXA News archives in 14 years.
As authorities continue their manhunt for the 4 escaped Bibb County inmates, one Middle Georgia family hopes their return to jail happens sooner rather than later.
Last year, Joey Fournier was taken into custody, arrested, and accused of strangling his ex-girlfriend, Cindy Berry. Our Glory Ruth Finney shares the emotions of her loved ones after speaking with Berry's family.
I want to say goodbye. You're going to find out why. And I didn't do nothing that nothing wasn't deserved. I just want to say you've been a great friend. Thank you.
Cindy Berry's brother, David Rogers, and his wife, Lori, say Joey Fournier left this voicemail shortly after Berry was murdered 2 years ago.
She wasn't really safe around Joey.
The Rogers live on their farm in Forsyth.
We got a call saying that she was dead. The first thing I told my husband was, he's a compulsive liar, call her. And we were hoping that that would be a lie also. And unfortunately, it wasn't.
He killed her through strangulation.
Berry was found dead at her Barrington Hall home early that February 22nd morning of 2022.
The night that the murder happened, when he was in the process of fleeing, that basically he made threats toward my dad that he would basically kill my dad and then in turn kill himself.
Fournier was arrested and charged with Barry's murder. Now Fournier, along with 3 other inmates, are on the run after making a break from the Bibb County Jail in the dark hours of Monday morning.
Once I found out that he had escaped, I just checked with all my family members, made them aware of it, and made sure everyone was accounted for.
3 days later, Fournier and the other inmates are still fugitives.
Obviously, someone is helping them, because to get out of jail and flee with only the clothes on your back, which tell a story by themselves, someone has got to be helping you. How does this happen? How does the Bibb County Sheriff Department allow, criminals to escape like this?
Law enforcement says the escapees could be anywhere.
From my knowledge, he's originally from Maine. Upstate above New York. Joey has a strong accent, so you can tell that.
He speaks kind of harshly, just is rough around the edges, I guess you could say. No charm whatsoever to him.
But what the Rogers say is the most unsettling about Fournier's break from behind bars.
Anyone with a sinful heart that has lashed out in previous times, and yet there's been no repentance in their life, and obviously if they've killed once, they could definitely kill again.
Now, the Berry family says they've still not been contacted by anyone with the sheriff's office regarding Fournier's escape from jail.
Now, this week's escape has renewed calls for a new jail, including some saying it should not be in downtown anymore.
Our Brianna Cook sat down with a former Macon mayor on what moving it could do for the economy. Brianna?
Greg and Amanda, this jail has been here for 40 years and it's located in downtown Macon, but many people, like the former mayor, are questioning the location of it.
Who puts a jail in the middle of your city where you're trying to do development?
Macon lawmakers made that decision in the 1970s. Back then, the Macon jail was housed on the 5th floor of the county's courthouse. The mayor and commissioners at the time were under court order by a U.S. District Court judge to build a new jail. Now, the jail is over 40 years old and has major problems with maintenance and upkeep. Calls to relocate the jail have been ringing off for years following several reports of deteriorating conditions of the facility, including broken windows and now escaped inmates. The former mayor of Macon, C. Jack Ellis, says he was trying to have the jail moved for years and was told by contractors that the jail was hindrance to the city's development.
And the company that I hired to do the master plan said that we could never complete that part of Macon and the redevelopment of it as long as the jail was there, because it was what economic developers and community developers call an institutional wall.
Before the construction of the current jail, there were several ideas of where to build it, like a 75-acre tract on Fulton Mill Road or somewhere near the Opera House. However, both ideas did not pan out. The jail landed right on an old cotton mill where it still stands today. Macon has seen much development since the 70s. However, many believe it is still not far enough. Ellis says moving the jail would be profitable to the city's economy.
It was just bad aesthetics. Here we have two major economic engines in the city of Macon. The Medical Center, now Atrium, Navicent, whatever they call it now, and Mercer University. And right in between it is a jail on very, very valuable property. So that property is worth more than what it would cost to move the jail.
This year's grand jury report suggested building a new jail instead of the amphitheater, and Ellis says he emphasized that too.
And I recommended that back, and we put a splosh or pass a bond issue, if I'm not mistaken, in order to move the jail. They wanted, the architect came to me and the sheriff came to me as mayor, said, we want to close Hawthorne Street. They want to create a campus bigger than what we have now by closing the street and doing all these other things. Of course, I resisted and closing the street, and I'm glad I did.
He also told me that he believes a developer would come in right now and pay millions of dollars for this land. Reporting live in downtown Macon, Brianna Cook, WGXA News.